Well, he's got his own footy to kick now, so he's laughing. Here he comes, the smiling assassin number 2.
Not all that happy tonight, but can't handle losing, but hopefully we'll get another opportunity to turn that around. Firstly, to the 60s guys, welcome. It's good to see you here. It's always great to have great tradition in the footy club. To Brawny, terrific effort, Brawny. It was a really, really tough year for Brawny. For those people that don't know, that he was had a number of players taken off him week in, week out, and it was a pretty tough gig for him this year. And we had a number of players playing up in the reserves ranks that are eligible to play Colts, and Brawny's had to work really hard to introduce and give kids an opportunity underneath that, and has done a terrific job. And the way I read it is that my philosophy as far as Colts is, obviously we all love to win, but it's all about development, and the players that have come through the Colts ranks this year have been really, really well groomed and acquitted themselves more than well in the reserves and those that have got an opportunity at league level. So job well done, and I've got no doubt that in the future years we're going to consolidate, and certainly the Colts will have their success as well. Well done, Brawny. To Beans in the reserves, it's a real credit to you. You know, the last 2 weeks, to see the way that you've won games as the underdogs and to come from where you've come from really stirs the heart. You know, and I think the one thing that I like to see in players and footballers is that strong mental approach and mental toughness, and our reserves teams have exemplified that the last couple of weeks, to come from where they've come from to get up and win both those games, to now consolidate. You get an opportunity in the finals, and it's going to be a great experience for you, and it's also going to be a really major part in your development going forward as well. So prepare well, enjoy the opportunity, and really make the most of it. From the league's point of view is that, look, I'm not one for making excuses, and you always sort of wrestle around the place with analysing games and so on. I guess, you know, these are all the things that come into my mind, and I'll just throw them up as I think of them. Our last when we go back to the start of the year, we won 3 out of our first 10 games. We've won 7 out of our last 10. And most of those 7s were must-win games, so there's been a fair amount of pressure on the group to do that. I think that the risk of whinging is that probably our fixturing hasn't really served us all that well, and we worked our way through that. The fact that we finished up only having 2 byes for the year, when you work it out, our 3rd bye is next week, which really doesn't count. Hopefully it will. We'll get the opportunity the week after and freshen up. Maybe some of the reasons that we, in my opinion, last week against West Perth, as great as the win was, and give us the opportunity to play in finals, I reckon we were below par. I reckon the game today, I reckon our players tried their guts out today, but we just weren't good enough, and we failed at the end of the day. So as much as I can say they tried their guts out, we still did fail, and we've got to get better with that. I've really got the fingers crossed and hoping, like you, that we get the opportunity to turn that around in a couple of weeks' time and play in the first semi-final, because I'm sure the boys learned a hell of a lot out of today's loss, and they learn a hell of a lot of things that they need to improve on, and it's been a great experience for us over the last 3 or 4 weeks, in particular in elimination finals, that it's been like playing in a final, so they should be really well prepared to play in the first semi-final. Hopefully we'll get that opportunity, and we'll prepare well for it as though we're going to partake in that, and I'm sure that hopefully we'll turn today's situation around into a win.